Guten Morgen, muchachos. How are you doing? Welcome back to, is it football? Let me just call it Euro Digest Daily. My name is Nash. I hope you're having a fantastic time. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I've had a fantastic one. As you always know, every Saturday I'm on Keys 100 for the Score KE show from 3 to 7. So, yeah, make a point of tuning in some time. And all those guys who tune in, I'm very much grateful for that. And of course, you know the Euros has kicked off. It kicked off on Friday on a fantastic note. The first game, of course, was between Italy and Turkey. Italy, who I think are the dark horses to watch out for this Euro 2020. And they won a bit comfortably against Turkey. Turkey, who had nothing to show. For me, I feel like they're going to stage fright. I don't get it. Why? Because I consider them to have some quality players. Akina Burak Yilmaz, Akina Chalanolu, Akina Selik, or is it Chelik, the right back who plays for Lille. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good footballer. But on that day, they just never got going. They just had nothing to show. Nika Croatia jana. It's like when, actually for Croatia yesterday, reminded me of when Arsenal was playing against Villarreal. You know, I'm Arsenal too last season, you're thinking, all right, maybe these man them are going to put in a show for themselves, are going to put in a good case for themselves, and then it's just go and do nothing. That's exactly what Turkey did on Friday, and Croatia wakafanya hivyo jana. So, first one, Italy won 3-0? Yeah, 3-0 against Turkey. Then on Saturday, first game, you had Wales versus Switzerland, which was bound to be a good game, yeah? I mean, the two teams seem a bit equal to me, and okay, maybe Switzerland have a bit of an edge over them, and they actually almost got that edge. Why not for VAR, of course, and this was a legit call. There was a second goal scored for Switzerland, which was chopped off Joalico offside, and so that was right. Absolutely right. For the first time in a long time, VAR was correct. So yeah, ikatoka 1-1 draw between Switzerland and Wales. After that, we had another game which, well, this one was dramatic, but for the wrong reasons. You know, and it's not even dramatic. This was more of horrifying, man. The Christian Eriksen incidents, man, it's just crazy. You know, those incidences, they're the one for me, they remind me of how precious life is. You know, as in, you could be breathing this time and then the next second you're gone. I mean, Christian Eriksen alitokea kwa dressing room akika all fine and dandy, you know? And then less than 10 minutes into the game, the dude just collapses out of a cardiac arrest. And this is not a guy who has a history of cardiac problems. It's like his first time ever. And then he just collapsed, and, you know, of course, courtesy of the doctors there, they were able to get him back on groove. And actually, his heart had actually kind of stopped for a couple of seconds, if I got that right. So, man, it was horrifying to see. It was horrifying to see. But the man is now okay. He was taken to the hospital. He's stable now. He can speak. And it's all good news, man. Big up all those medics, man. They did a fantastic job. You know, it's quite rare for such instances to happen. And when they do, they're always fatal. I mean, well, there was the case of Fabrice Muamba, who also his heart had stopped for a couple of seconds and they were able to resuscitate him. But when they happen in Africa, man, no one comes out alive. Mark Vivian Four always comes to mind, man. He had almost the same problem, if not the same problem, and he was not able to survive it. He died. So when someone goes through that and he survives, man, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Again, reminds me of how precious life is. And that game was stopped and then continued after I think an hour. And Finland won the game, weirdly. Their first time ever in a European Championship final. And they won. They won the game. And of course, you could say Denmark were a bit demoralized and all that stuff. But yeah, I would actually think they were. And that's just the way it is. So Finland got their first W in the Euros. Then after that, we had the Juggernauts, the Belgian, the Red Devils, Belgium up against Russia. And they showed exactly why they are the number one team in the world. Fantastic showing by Lukaku, who is a world-class player. I mean, Lukaku has had a fantastic season, right? I mean, he's just won the Scudetto with Inter Milan. Here he is banging a brace. He's the top scorer so far. Only a couple of games have been played, but still, he's the top scorer, 2 goals. And I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, Lukaku I would put him among the top 3 strikers in the world right now. I mean, as number 1, I would have Robert Lewandowski. Number 2, I would have Harry Kane. And number 3, I would definitely have Lukaku there. And then maybe Karim Benzema, number 4. Yeah, but for me, I honestly think Lukaku is among the top 3 strikers in the world right now. And he showed exactly why when he did that against Russia. So they won the game 3-0? Yes, 3-0. Then on Sunday, we had the big game between the 3 kittens. I call them the 3 kittens because they don't have much of a bite. They were playing against Croatia. And these teams have have had like a history. You know, they met in the 2018 World Cup in the semi-final. Croatia won that game. They met in the UEFA Nations League semi-final. England won that game. Now they met again in the Euros and England won the game. But it was a boring ass game, man. It actually is the most boring game I've seen in the Euros so far. It is the most boring game I've seen in the Euros. I was bored to death watching that game. I mean, I had to wait for 60 seconds. No, for 60 minutes to watch a goal. Boring. Yeah, so the Three Lions, of course, won the game. And of course, the first game is a bit tricky because, you know, watu wanapimana nguvu nini. But in all of that, you don't want to come out with an L. You definitely want to come out of that game with a W. And that's what the, England did. And kudos to that. I mean, a guy like Calvin Phillips, who was, for me, I think, the man of the match. Raheem Sterling would have scored the goal, but it was everything about how it was made. Calvin Phillips, man, he's a juggernaut for those guys. He's quite a player. He's quite a player. He made the goal. Fantastic pass to Raheem Sterling. That was good. Very good. Then after that, we had another game which was more interesting than the England versus Croatia game. Austria versus North Macedonia. North Macedonia, the first time ever in the Euros. And now we have their youngest ever goal scorer in the Euros by the name of Goran Pandev. This man is 37 years old. And he's the youngest ever goal scorer in the Euros because this is the first time. You know, so yeah, they did put in a show for themselves, honestly. They at some point in time, I felt like this man might actually get a second goal, but they did not. Then Austria just overturned the game. Manotovic came in. Alaba made the second goal. I can't recall the name of the guy who scored. It was a difficult one. Then it was 2-1, and then Manotovic made it 3-1. Manotovic, who actually came off the bench to score. And I was actually kind of furious how he did not start that game, if you could see his reaction after scoring. So they won the game 3-1. Then after that, we had the most interesting game yet we have seen so far. Ukrain up against Netherlands at the Johan Cruyff Stadium. And boy, oh boy, that game was, your game ilikuwa kukata na shoka, man. That was a heck of a game. I absolutely enjoyed it. Atakama, sikuwatch second half. Yeah, I did not watch the second half, but I watched the highlights and it was a fantastic one. I mean, Ukraine did put in a show. I mean, even the first half was entertaining. The only thing that lacked in the first half was goals. It was end to end. Of course, Netherlands had the better chances, but Ukraine pia walikuwa na jaribu. And they did show why, because they actually made a comeback. Made it 2-2, from 2-0 down to 2-2. Yarmolenko with a worldie. That goal was beautiful, man. That will be a contender for goal of the tournament. For real, it will be. And then Dumfries or Bumfries. It's Dumfries or Bumfries scored the third goal for the Netherlands to make it 3-2 for them. And out of that, they got their W after missing out on two major tournaments. Right? They were not in the World Cup in 2018. Neither were they in the Euros in 2016. So, yes, it's a good comeback for them. So, that was good to see. It was entertaining football, back to back, end to end. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was good to see. Now, of course, today we have some other games going on. We have Scotland versus Czech at 4 p.m. Then at 7, who do you have at 7? We have, wanaitwaje hawa? Okay. I think the Mesao game is Nachezwa 7. We have a game at 7 and we have another game at 10. Alright? I'll be keeping you updated on what's happening or which games exactly are being played at 7 and 10 p.m. Alright? Elsewhere, away from, the Euros, of course, the transfer window is open. It was opened on Wednesday last week and it's been going helter-skelter. Alright, teams like Manchester United are still agreeing terms with Jadon Sancho. I wonder how long those terms are. These men have been agreeing terms for the last 3 years. Kwa nini encyclopedia agreement of terms? I don't get it. But they put in a bid apparently, which was rejected. They put in some 60-something million pounds bid, which was rejected, of which they actually wanted to pay in 5 years. Ndio nilikuwa naambia kina Josa ina kama unataka dem, history ya kwenda Rorasho unaambiwa toa 20 goats. Unaenda unasema hapana. Alafu unarudi tena unasema okay nitatoa 20 goats but nataka kulipa in 5 years. No, Manu kama mnataka Sancho toeni pesa bana. Watu wako na pesa. Waache kucheza maisa hapa. So yeah, Jadon Sancho might just be at Manchester United once the 2021-22 season kicks off, alright? Arsenal still pursuing likes of Bissouma. Arsenal tunalinkwa na mse mpya daily. You have been linked with like 10-15 people so far since the season ended. So we're just waiting. Sisi kama Arsenal ni matesto tu bana. So we're still waiting to see what exactly is gonna pop. Chelsea were being linked to the move for Hakimi. Still kind of interested in him. He's still, of course, being looked at by PSG. PSG who just signed Gino Wijnaldum. And so the transfer window is going to be chaotic, man. For lack of a better word, it's going to be chaotic. So let's be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'll be trying as much as I can to keep you guys on the loop, okay, on what's happening in the transfer market as well as the Euros, of which I'm sure you guys are watching them like crazy. Like you can see, Mandem is supporting France, of which we shall be in action tomorrow. Tukikandamiza watu wa Portugal. No, Germany. Our first victims will be Germany. So let's hit up for that and see what's going to pop. Have a fantastic week, fantastic Monday. Take care. God bless.